Oh, it's a two-poem morning. How do you, I mean, that's really over the top, isn't it? All right, so here we go. We're going to start with Rumi. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The doors are round and open. Don't go back to sleep. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Do not go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. And another famous, somewhat modern poet from TS Elliot. At the still point of the turning world, neither flesh nor fleshless, neither from nor towards, at the still point, there the dance is. But neither arrest nor movement, and do not call it fixity. Where past and future are gathered, neither movement from nor movement towards, neither ascent nor decline, except for the point, the still point. There would be no dance, and there is only the dance. At the still point of the turning world, neither flesh nor fleshless, neither from nor towards, at the still point, there the dance is. But neither arrest nor movement, and do not call it fixity, where past and future are gathered, neither movement from nor towards, neither ascent nor decline, except for the point, the still point. There would be no dance, and there is only the dance. Good morning, dear, beautiful humans. There's only the dance. There's only this. There's only now. But now has such a fullness to it. The Tibetans speak a lot about emptiness, the emptiness of the self. But then they add a word that makes it really quite remarkable. They say, the fullness of emptiness. In the Satipatthana Sutra, the teachings on mindfulness, there's a refrain that's repeated 16 or 18 times. And it says, the meditator attends to origination factors in the breath and dissolution factors, and both. The meditator observes internally and externally, and both. The meditator cultivates sufficient mindfulness to know there is breathing, or there is walking, or there is hearing, or there is fear. There is this. There is mindfulness. And so we are invited to be aware deeply, sensitively, lovingly of the fact of impermanence. Every breath sings the entirety of the impermanence song. And we can observe this breath in ourselves and in those around us, in our pets. We can observe everywhere that impermanence is the truth. And it can be profoundly simple, simply knowing there is breathing, there is feeling, Vedana, there is discomfort or dis-ease. So let us do something, perhaps, or maybe not. We could simply sit here and be aware of the dance of anicca everywhere within us and around us. Or we could come home to the sensations of life in the body and the breathing. Each breath has its birth. Each thought has its birth. Foundationally, we can take refuge in the Buddha, in that which is awake, that which is the still point, in this world location where I, quote, sit. There's a siren. It's an ambulance siren. Someone's life is changing radically. May the merits of our practice be shared with this person. Quite possibly, members of their family are hurriedly dressing and getting ready to go to the hospital. but they're separated from their loved one right now. And this, of course, is not a rare occurrence. It's always happening. So a siren is no distraction. It provides a moment to awaken to compassion, to wisdom. As the Paul Simon song on Graceland says, someone could walk into this room and say your life is on fire. It's all over the evening news. And a reflection like this is intended to motivate us to practice, not to become dismal, not to become hopeless, but in fact, to inspire what the Buddha called ardency. Because we're not just practicing to relieve stress or to become more capable of managing our emotions. We are practicing what the Buddha called the deathless. And so we settle back into this moment, into the still point within which everything arises and passes. Remembering from time to time, perhaps, the simple and profound teaching from Ajahn Chah. Anytime you wish to bring your practice into perfect balance, simply remember this moment is like this. Perhaps the mind at this moment is in deep bliss, or perhaps it is agitated, unhappy, restless. This is how it is right now. And this is the way we stop the war, all the wars, allowing intimacy to arise. There's a perhaps silly, but perhaps helpful articulation of intimacy. In to me see. Allow bare attention to receive the in-breath, the out-breath, the mood, the entire body with its tingling and vibrating, with the mind's propensity to think and plan and be anxious, letting there be room for it all. This is a reading from Tales of a Magic Monastery by Father Theophane. I told the guest master I'd like to become a monk. What kind of monk, he asked. A real one? Yes, I said. He poured me a cup of wine. Here, take this. No sooner had I drunk it than I became aware of a crystal globe forming around me. It began to expand until finally it surrounded him too. This monk, who a minute before had seemed so commonplace, now took on an astonishing beauty. I was struck dumb. After a bit, the thought came to me, maybe I should tell him how beautiful he is. Perhaps he doesn't even know. But I really was dumb. That wine had burned out my tongue. But so great was my happiness at the sight of such beauty that I thought it was well worth the price of my tongue. When he made me a sign to leave, I turned away, confident that the memory of that beauty would be a joy forever. But what was my surprise when I found that with each person I met, it was the same. As soon as they would pass unwittingly into my crystal globe, I could see their beauty too. And I knew it was real. Is this what it means to be a real monk, a real person? To see the beauty in others and be silent? Please let us open to the beauty in ourselves. Or more poignantly, please allow the beauty in yourself to be known to you. Perhaps reflect upon your kindness and goodness. Of course, the mind is very skilled at creating a litany of failures. And there certainly have been those. Greed, hatred, and ignorance come with every birth. Perhaps allow a little smile to come to the corners of your mouth. Reflect on some kind act or actions you've done in your lifetime. If you doubt this, that there are such things, then there's work to do. Many, many times you have put your needs on the back burner to care for someone else. Let those times feed you. And speaking of goodness, something propels you to come and meditate together, to support each other, to go on your inner journey of awakening. This is goodness. There are complex forgiveness practices. There's several in my podcast and a bunch on YouTube. But there's another approach to forgiveness, which is very simple. And that is to forgive yourself for every failure in your entire lifetime right now. A spiritual truth is that you have done the very best you could in every single circumstance, because that's how it is. Allow that little upturned corners of the mouth to exist. And there might be words. It might be, I forgive you, or I love you, or I'm so glad you've been my personality this lifetime. It is a costume, after all. Dare to let go of all the self-hatred in one moment. It'll probably revisit, but perhaps it'll never be the same again. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. Allow each breath to be a love blessing for yourself at the moment of your birth. And remember, you can be there to catch that baby, to hold this baby against your bare chest and breathe and cry, to welcome yourself. I love you. You can love yourself at any age of this lifetime. Perhaps maybe the most difficult ages, when the catastrophes happened. Every catastrophe has been training for the healing you took birth for. Allow this body and this experience of self to sit here in great ease, no matter what's happening. And as we sit inside our crystal globe, think of someone you know and love. Bring them inside your crystal globe. See their unimaginable beauty. And you thought they were an ordinary person. See and know with the heart and mind of blessing. And being here in our small group, allow each and every one of our members of this group to come into your crystal globe. Wish them well. Bless them. Let them bless you. Let that little smile be alive. And now, letting your crystal globe expand to include all beings, the countless beings here on the earth, the almost countless human beings. Every being is a part of us. The Buddha said that in this long, endless train of rebirths, every being has been your mother, which then means your brother and sister, your adversary, your enemy, your beloved, your lover. Every being has sat at your funeral. Even the slightest glimpse of this, how can we not be loving?